Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm going to introduce Sonny's Mazurka, also called Sonny Brogan's Mazurka, and a few other names as well. It's a delightful mazurka to play. I recently introduced this style and another mazurka, but if you're going to know one mazurka, you should know this one, because if it's not like the most popular mazurka, it's like right up there. So we should know this one. We'll follow our usual pattern. I'll put a link at the top of the notes to this video so that you could download the music and tabs if you use those from the page on my website. I'll walk us through the tune. It has an A part and a B part. So I'll do each of those once, and then we'll do the entire tune, including repeats. In the play along with Scott section, we'll talk about potential difficulties, ideas for ornamentation and expression, and the history of the tune. So here is the A part. I'll play it fairly straight because it's a mazurka, so it's got a nice dancey, twirly, lilty feel to it. But so that you see it in the A part and the B part, I'm going to play it fairly straight. The A part once through. All right, so go through that with me, go back. I'll put chapters to the video. Go through that as many times as you need to. Here is the B part. That's the B part. And again, go through that one. So the idea here is that you'll go through the A part a few times and the B part a few times, and that way even if you're using the music, it's still good to play along with somebody. I'll now play it through in the play along with Scott section with a little bit of that kind of mazurka-y sort of swing to it. I'll include the repeats. That's the entire tune. So go back and play along with me. Slow me down if you need to. You could do that with that little gear down the bottom or top, wherever it is, depending upon the device you're using. Thinking about difficulties, again, as usual, the difficulty is getting into the rhythm of this style of music. So I'll say it with every tune. Don't just listen to me play it. Find people performing it. Find other people demonstrating it. I did it fairly straight, leaning sort of mazurka, but I've pulled ornaments out so that you could actually get into the feel of the notes. Ornamentation and expression is just so personal that I don't want you to learn my style. I'll play it in a couple of days, or maybe I'll introduce a practice session. We'll see how I'm going with it, because I like to demonstrate what I'm currently doing with the tune. So the challenge is the A part, there aren't really a lot. You might think in that fourth measure, that actually is a little easier than it appears. So work on that. But you do, I've had us go through octave jump exercises, and this is one of the reasons, because you get at the end of the first, at the A part, playing that low first octave G, you then have to immediately go to hit the second octave G and kind of bounce off it. So you may need to work on that. You're up in the second octave in the second part. So you're going to have to go F sharp, A, G, F sharp. So that's going to cause you. But the biggest trouble I think you're going to experience is you're getting like the middle of the B part. You're going to have to go. So sometimes I'll start leaving some fingers down because it's not going to affect it. Whoops, see? You don't. Most whistles want you to lift that index finger on the top hand to get that B playing cleanly. You can play it without doing that, but it takes a little work and practice. So, and if I'm not thinking about it, I don't do it. So work on that to see how you can just play that measure again and again. And then go at your pace and then try and build the pace up. Ornamentation and expression. Being a mazurka, you've got a wide variety of things to do, and maybe I already asked you to listen to a bunch of people. So it's a dance tune. You could do almost whatever you want. I've even seen people throw a little bit of vibrato in a couple of places, which is, kind of fun. So you experiment with it, and then I'll talk about that a bit more in my either practice or play or demonstration time. Expression, I think your ornaments should support your expression and your expression support your ornaments, because this is to be a fun dance tune. So don't make it heavy. You need to be light on your fingers and not too pushy with your air, except to accent. You can use your air to push and accent some of the notes that you want to hit. And so remember, I experiment with this a lot. So experiment with how you want to do this. And again, this is so personalized. I want you to be able to do that. The history of the tune, man, if you know more about the history of the tune, I'd love to hear it. It's an older tune. Remember, the mazurka style didn't come to Ireland until the middle of the 19th century, so it's not going to be older than that, in Ireland at least. What we know is that Sonny's mazurka goes by a number of names, so it's traveled around a lot. Remember, the mazurka is primarily up in the Donegal region. Some say that the great Dublin musician, I just said Donegal, but Dublin's over here. Some say the great Dublin musician Sonny Brogan, thus the name, may have either written this mazurka or it was written in honor of Sonny. That's as much of the history as I know. If you have something more definitive, I've read a couple other, well, maybe this, maybe that, but we need something definitive. If you know something more definitive, stick it in the notes to this video. So, my friends, I hope you have great delight in playing Sonny Brogan's Mazurka, Sonny's Mazurka. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.